For a while now, people have been saying that there is going to be a larger female representation in Jump Force, but there hasn't been any direct evidence to suggest that at all. There was some developer quote a while back, but that ended up being a misquote. Recently, however, the European Bandai Namco Instagram account replied to a comment asking about female representation in Jump Force, and Bandai replied as followed: "We're going to balance out the female presence with the next announcement." That seems pretty straightforward right there. I'm not sure why they would go ahead and say something so public and so direct, but it looks like at least one of the next characters is going to be a female character, which is awesome, because right now we currently have one female on the entire 29 character roster, which is of course Rukia. And as awesome as Rukia is, it is a bit disappointing to know that she's the only female on the roster. Granted, manga and anime source material is often pretty female lacking, but we are getting better at representing females in manga and anime, and I hope that we get to do the same here in Jump Force, especially because I often gravitate towards female characters in fighting games and in games in general. Even in Pokemon, I've been picking a female character. So I thought I would go over my personal wishlist and some community suggestions for female characters in Jump Force. My personal wishlist goes something like this: Otaku Larocca. There's so many reasons I could see adding her to the roster. One is that she's obviously the most notable female character from My Hero Academia. Another one is that Larocca has a significantly different personality type compared to the rest of the roster. And finally, her moveset and ability set is so unique, it would be really cool to see her added. Hinata. Hinata was the first female character in anime that I saw as a true, genuine badass. When she stood up to pain because of not only her love for Naruto Uzumaki, but her love for the Leaf Village, I instantly fell in love with the character. I would honestly instantly main this character, even if I had to drop anybody from my team other than Yukimoto. Next up is Sakura. I understand most people have an issue with Sakura, but if we were to get 5 characters roughly for Naruto, just like now we have 5 characters for Dragon Ball and One Piece, it would feel a little bit strange to not have one of those characters be Sakura, because of course that would fill up the entirety of Team 7 and of course the 3 new generation of legendary Sani. And my final personal wishlist female character is one that's almost definitely not going to happen, but it would be a personal dream of mine, and that's Sarada Uchiha. She is such an awesome character, pulling from the best of both of her parents, both Sakura and Sasuke. She has awesome traits from the two of them, and truly a highlight of the Boruto series. Seriously, I know Boruto gets a lot of hate, but I think you should give it a chance, if not legitimately just for this character. And earlier on I said that I would in fact main Hinata, even if I had to drop any character on my team besides Yukimoto. I would legitimately main Sarada at all costs. I would drop Yukimoto for my team if I had to. Sarada has to be on my team if she's in the game, because she's just that awesome. Alright, now with my personal wishlist out of the way, let's move on to some female community suggestions. Keeping in mind the reason that I've separated these two is not necessarily because I dislike these characters that are being suggested by the community, but because I don't know the source material. Starting off with Medaka. Medaka being the only female character on this list where she is the main protagonist of her own show, and manga of course, it seems like an obvious inclusion to the roster. Honestly, out of everybody on this list, including my wish list, I'm expecting her to be the announcement that the Bandai EU Instagram account is referring to. Kagura is up next, and by far the most likely character from Gintama that isn't Gintoki, and her design is really interesting, even to somebody like me who hasn't seen Gintama. I could go on to mention other characters like Jolin and a few others, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it. I would, however, love to hear from you. What is your favorite female character, either one that I mentioned or one that I didn't, that you would like to see added to Jump Force? I want to thank you so much for all the support recently. I was meant to start off my streaming schedule this week with Twitch TV, but I've decided to hold it off just for 1 week because this week is actually my birthday, so I have to get ahead of a lot of YouTube work so that I can go do fun birthday things on the weekend. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel so much recently. We're coming up on 20,000 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. If you could leave a like on the video, it will help other people find it. My name's been Bilbsy, and I will see you in the next video.